So hello everyone, welcome to CUCET Academy. In we are already know IIT JAM का जो एग्ज़ाम है, ठीक है, IIT JAM का जो एग्ज़ाम है 2025 का, वो बेसिकली 2 फरवरी में होने वाला है, ठीक है। तो आज से लेकर मान लीजिए आप लोगों के पास ओनली 10 डेज़ बचा हुआ है, ठीक है। 10 days will be remaining. So in this remaining time, there is a very important for revisions, right? There is important time for revisions. Which topics are actually we are revised in proper way, and which topics are very important to very important, and which topics are actually help you for scoring in your IIT JAM examinations. So today I will give you some important topics, overall important topics of all subject which are important to revise in the remaining days. Okay, I think you definitely revise. I hope you complete all your syllabus. I hope you complete your all PYQ from 2010 से लेके 2024 तक। तो आपने सारे PYQ सॉल्व कर लिया, आपने सारे सिलेबस कंप्लीट कर लिया। अब आपको क्या करना है एक्चुअली, आपको जस्ट कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक को लेना है और सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक को 1 by 1 आपको जस्ट इस 10 डेज़ पे आपको जस्ट एक बार गो थ्रू कर लेना है। जो इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स है, इस सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स को आपको एक बार गो थ्रू करके जाना है, आपके कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल बूस्ट अप करने के लिए, राइट। सो ओके, what are the important topics? Let's start now. Okay, so first of all we start from mathematical physics, right? In mathematical physics, they every year they ask from one questions from Taylor series expansions and Fourier series expansions. So these two topics are very important. Also for matrix, mainly eigenvalue calculations. Please check the different kinds of matrix, how to calculate the eigenvalues. Next they ask from complex algebra, complex number, algebra of complex numbers. They ask from every year one questions, and also they ask from divergence theorem to calculate the normal component. Okay, normal component or tangential equations, tangent plane equations. Okay, tangent plane equations, these are the very important for divergence theorem. And also they ask from differential equations. So these topics are very important for your IIT JAM examinations. Every year they ask from these particular topics, from Taylor series expansions, Fourier series expansion, matrix, complex number, divergence theorem and differential equation. They every year they ask from these 6 topics. So these 6 topics are very important for your exam. So please complete in proper way in the remaining days. Okay, next go through mechanics part. In mechanics part, velocity and accelerations calculations in Cartesian and polar coordinates. They every year ask for NAT type questions. Okay, and centrifugal force and Coriolis force they ask every time they one marks question from centrifugal force or Coriolis force or MSQ type questions. Okay, this is very important for MSQ type questions. And obviously Kepler's law, please complete this Kepler's law. What is the Kepler's law? First Kepler's law, mainly third Kepler law. Okay, third Kepler law, T square proportional to a cube. Every year they ask from this, and also from the conservation of momentum and energy. It is very important. This is very important. They every year ask from these topics. And Newton's law of applications. Newton's law of applications. Okay, Newton's law of applications only for this constant force, also velocity dependent force. But velocity dependent force, I mean drag force, this type of force applications is very important. So mainly velocity dependent force is very important for your examinations. So please complete these 5 topics in proper way from mechanics part: velocity and accelerations in Cartesian coordinate system and polar coordinate system, centrifugal and Coriolis force related problems, and Kepler's law, mainly third law of Kepler's related problems, and conservation of angular momentum and energy related problems, and the applications from Newton's law, mainly for velocity dependent force, please do it in proper way. Okay, next we go to general properties of matters, mainly kinematics of moving fluids. They mainly kinematics of moving fluids, they ask many times, but this topics is not too much important in your exam, right? But equation of continuity and Bernoulli's theorem, these two words very important, very important. Okay, so equation of continuity and Bernoulli's theorems are very important for general properties of matter. Please complete these two topics in a proper way. Okay, next chapter is oscillations. They every year ask from these sections: oscillations, Lissajous figure related problems, damped and forced vibrations. They every year ask from damped and forced vibrations. Okay, and resonance frequency calculation, mainly resonance frequency calculations, that is very important. So damped oscillations and forced oscillations, resonant frequency calculations, they asked many times in your PYQ. If you did PYQ, right, if you complete your PIQ, then you definitely figure out what type of questions they actually asked in damped and forced oscillations. Okay, so please complete these topics in proper way. Oscillations part. Then we go for waves. What kind of group velocity and phase velocity related problems? Many times they ask question from group velocity and phase velocity related problems, and the Doppler effect of sound waves. They one questions definitely asked from these sections. One questions definitely asked from one questions from Doppler effect. Okay, and energy density of waves, one questions they asked from these topics also, one questions. So two questions are compulsory from wave. Doppler effect of sound wave, mainly waves parts is very important, because group velocity and phase velocity related problem they asked one questions asked. Doppler effect of sound wave, the one questions asked. Energy density of wave calculations, the one questions is asked. Very important. Okay, so these three sections you definitely do in between 10 days, right? In between 10 days. Then optics part, it's very important. Rayleigh criteria, mainly resolving power related problems. Okay, mainly resolving power related problems. Mainly, one second. Most of the time question from optics is resolving power related problems. Resolving power. Okay, resolving power related problems and diffractions and polarizations, mainly circular and elliptical polarizations. So for optics part, lens is very important for lens combinations problem. They many time ask in your PIQ. Lens combinations problem, it is very important. Diffractions, the one questions asked from it. Polarizations, it is very important. Okay, it is very important. So for optics, mainly we cover lens combinations problems, diffractions and polarizations in proper way. You definitely got one questions, right? Electricity and magnetism, all applications of Gauss's law, mainly plane surface, ring, sphere and solid sphere, that is very important. Please complete it. Okay, and boundary conditions problems, it is very important. Boundary conditions problem. Conductor, it is also important. Capacitor, it is also important. Dielectric of polarizations, they mainly ask the questions, it is very important. One questions from this sections is compulsory. Okay, volume charge density calculations, surface charge density calculations, It is very important. So it is also very important. And electrostatics energy calculations, it is very important. One questions from that, it is also important, compulsory. Okay, electrostatics energy calculations. So for electrostatics, you just go with all 6 topics are very important, but 5 and 6 they every year asked from this 5 and 6 sections. Okay, next we go to the magnetostatics, applications of Ampere's law. Okay, it's important, but Faraday's law of electromagnetic inductions, they one questions must ask from these sections. So it is very important. Self and mutual inductions, okay, just go through it. And simple DC circuit with RLC component, okay, they also one questions asked from these sections. Simple DC circuit with RLC component, in details you just go through it. Okay, next go to the Maxwell's equation, displacement current. Okay, it's important, but pointing theory, they one question must ask. Okay, so that is important. And Lorentz force related problem, they one questions must ask. And motion of charge particle electric magnetic field, this is for one question, so that is also important. So these 3 are the important questions. These 3 are the very important for Maxwell's equation. Please complete in 10 days. I know you complete all the full syllabus, okay, but who are not complete your syllabus in proper way, but you definitely complete all the topics before going to examination hall, right? Before going to examination halls, okay, you must got questions from those sections actually. Okay, you will get questions from those sections. Next, from kinetic theory of gas, velocity distributions law. Okay, one question from this part is very important. One questions definitely they asked. Specific heat of mono, dia and triatomic gas. Okay, it's important. Equipartition of energy, the one questions must ask from this part, equipartition of energy. So again, it is very important. Okay, next go to the very important topics of thermodynamics. Very important topics of for IIT JAM purpose, it's thermodynamics. There are a lot of questions asked from these sections. Okay, so first and second law of thermodynamics, it's important. Isothermal and adiabatic process, the one question must ask from this process. One of the process, not either isothermal or adiabatic process, the one question must ask. Entropy calculations, the one question asked from entropy calculations. Carnot cycle, it's okay, important. Clausius-Clapeyron equations, the one question asked from Clausius-Clapeyron equations. Phase transitions, again one question asked from this phase transition, mainly the graph related problems. Okay, mainly the graph related problems, graph related problems. Okay, mainly graph related problems are very important. So please complete all the topics, because thermodynamics is a very important topics in your examinations for IIT JAM examination. Next we go to the statistical mechanics. Okay, another so Fermi energy calculations, they asked one questions from Fermi energy calculations. Ensemble theory, okay, it's important. And Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, plus you must remember the formula of Fermi energy. Okay, remember the formula of Fermi energy, right? N by V whole proportional to n to the power 2 by 3 or n by V to the power 2 by 3. From this mathematical formula they ask from questions actually. N is the number of particles, and V is the volume of system. Okay, the many time asks from this mathematical formulas. So okay, this is important. So for statistical mechanics, Fermi energy calculations, it's important. Okay, and ensemble theory also important. Ensemble theory also important. Okay, please complete those topics before your exam. Next we go to modern physics. Full relativity, it's very important. One questions from full relativity they asked from. Photoelectric effect and Compton effect, one question they definitely asked. Harmonic oscillator, one question they definitely asked. Binding energy calculations, okay, it's important. And full radioactivity, one questions from radioactivity they definitely asked. So please complete all the topics. So modern physics part is also very important in your examinations. Okay, relativity, they one or two questions they every year asks. Okay, binding energy calculation, it's also important, but these are the important topics which I actually mark here. Full relativity, it's important. Photoelectric effect, Compton effect, it's important. Harmonic oscillator, you mark it 4 star, it is very important. Full radioactivity, it is also important, right? It is also important. So please complete all the topics in proper way and also solve the previous year questions, what they asked, what kind of question they asked. It is very important. Okay, so my motto in this video is which topics are very important, and for revise purpose which topics are mainly focused actually. That's why I make videos, right? I make video actually, that video, right? And then electronics, full transistor, it's very important. 2 questions they definitely asked. General and diode, 1 question they definitely asked. Op-amp, 2 questions they definitely asked. Full digital electronics, 2 questions they definitely asked. So this part is also very important for your examinations. Okay, so please complete all the important topics in proper way. Next, solid state physics, Miller indices, 1 question they definitely asked, right? Miller indices. X-ray diffractions, 1 questions they definitely asked. Free electron theory, it's important. Mainly they ask from the specific heat relations with, they ask here relations of specific heat and temperature. Okay, mainly CV proportional to T to the power n. What is the value of n? That type of questions they mainly asked. Okay, that type of questions they mainly asked in your examination. So these all are the important topics. Okay, so please complete before your examinations. Within 10 days you complete. It's possible within 10 days all the topics for revise all the for revisions of all the topics. It is possible. Okay, if you go through, if you make a, if you have a notes of proper structure those chapter, then you definitely revise all the topics. But if you not complete, if you not go through one times, if you not go through one times all of the topics, then it is difficult for to complete within 10 days, right? So who are actually complete their syllabus, who complete their PIQs, who complete test series also, now they wanted to revise the important topics. So this video is very important for those guys who are now preparing IIT JAM examinations for good rank. Okay, I here list out few important topics actually by analyzing the previous year what topics are actually mainly important. I actually here list out here. Okay, so don't worry please. This topics I actually collected from the PIQ analysis, right? I analyzed PIQ from 2005 to 2024. Then I list out all the important topics. Actually, they asked in many times, more than 50%, right? Then I'll write here and I will give you video according to the based on PIQ, right? So don't don't ignore these videos, don't ignore the topics. Okay, don't ignore these topics. Please complete all the topics in proper way, and please solve at least one problem related to topics. That's why you definitely got some numbers. If anyone complete all the topics I mentioned here, he definitely got 28 to 35 marks in your examinations, but if you want to more number, then you complete whole syllabus. It's important, then you complete whole syllabus. Okay, but if anyone has good accuracy, so he must got 35 to 45 marks if he complete all the syllabus in proper way, what I mentioned here, right? Okay, so please complete, please done all the topics in proper way, please go through all the topics in proper way, and all the best for your examinations, all the best for your career, right? Okay, thank you for watching this video.